And we'll certainly keep tabs on that one. Meanwhile, the search is now on for the killer of a well-known entertainment coordinator who died at hospital in the tourist resort town of Montego Bay in St. James earlier today. It's strongly believed the person was a close friend, the person that is the perpetrator. Now, this latest crime in the parish of St. James, which started in a homely setting, is of grave concern.
Well, I came here to see for myself.
A heartbroken, renowned songbird, Karen Smith, in her capacity as a friend to the now late 41-year-old Dean Mariah, whom she recalls was not only her boss at one time, but had risen to claim the award as the most outstanding performer at the management level in the country's tourism industry.
Really, Jamaica today, I mean, can we do something about this? Can we do, what do we do? What do we do? How do you stop something like this from happening? I mean, somebody who has so much to contribute and has done so much so far, and this is it, the life is just snuffed out. This is, you know, it's just, he's just gone. Gone.
From his prominence throughout the hotel circles, the entertainment coordinator was recently employed at an established recreation spot in Montego Bay, where he was stamping his class. Speculation he was murdered in a rage of jealousy by a lover gone berserk. And whomever delivered the deadly stab wounds to his body in the early morning hours of Tuesday had time for this. The unusual yellow lighting in the sky over Phase 5 of the Bogue Village housing scheme prompted persons to trace their way to the flames which ended at the house which Dean had occupied alone for several years now, we were told. It's theorized his attacker left him for dead, his nude body draped in a towel. But somehow he managed to crawl out of the house and onto the roadway, desperately seeking assistance. And this is what angered many persons, the unavailability of speedy emergency response for healthcare in this case.
I can say I'm pretty upset with the emergency services. The ambulance never turned up until after the deceased left in the fire truck. I think if they had acted in a manner to save life, he would have been living today.
Meanwhile, even though lamenting the unfortunate loss of life and property, one observer zoomed in on an aspect of the horrifying turn of events many persons seem hushed about.
I always hear a comment that says what takes place in the privacy of a bedroom is a person's business, but this morning, just looking here, I see at least 10 police officers who are being paid at the taxpayers' expense who have to be investigating this matter. So what takes place in the private domain has the potential, and we have seen it not only in this particular instance, but we have seen it in many other instances where what takes place there comes out into the public and impacts upon the public.
He argues that while it cannot be overlooked, there are lifestyle choices in most instances, there are also real possibilities that cannot be ignored.
So that the public is not impacted by situations like this. I'm certain that it must have been a traumatic affair for the persons who live in close proximity at 3 o'clock in the morning to see somebody severely wounded in the public space, and also to see a house in close proximity to theirs being on fire.
Homicide detectives will now be sifting through material collected at the scene, and importantly, they want to know the whereabouts of Dean's Camry motor car, which was noticeably missing.
And if you have any information that can help solve this crime, the police are asking you to call them at 953-6121. Also the emergency 119 number, Crime Stop at 311, or www.tipsubmit.com.